Good morning, good morning, good morning. As you all know, I am Lady V. Thanks for taking the time to tune in. Yes, it's a beautiful, kind of like gloomy day so far. The sun, the light, ain't none of that came out. That's how you know it's getting ready to be fall time. And we got like less than 130 days until Christmas, Thanksgiving, all those good things. Yay. No. For real, it's like this year like went so fast. Like I can't believe how fast this year has like completely went on by, turned around and came on back by, and now it's you're ready to be cold outside. So today I just kind of wanted to come on here and just talk about gibberish. I ain't got no specific topics, ain't got nothing I really want to discuss or really put out there. I don't need to expose no one today, but if there's anyone out there that would like to have someone exposed for their truths, then please feel free to jot down in the comment section or jump in my inbox, or if you got my telephone number, call me, let me know the new scoop. You hear me? Like I said, I'm not here to bring people down or hurt people's feelings. I'm just here speaking truths. That's it, that's all. You know, if you don't like me, you gotta love me. Either way, you're gonna respect me. But I really just wanted to bring something to your attention that I've learned and seen over the years, that I just feel like, I'm like, dang, you know, like, a lot of y'all, you know, go to work. I was one of those ones going to work, putting in all these hours. Couldn't figure out why I didn't have enough time within a day to complete the things and tasks that I had up against me. So I was just sitting there doing some research, and I'm like, you know, honestly, they've changed the format of work ethics and workability and working. You know, back in the day when we were in slavery, we used to, you know, pick cotton, do trades and, you know, trades and learn how to like grow gardens. You know, our hustling hands. We were stitching stuff. We was crocheting. We were babysitting. We were doing hair. We were doing all of those things to compensate our pockets. And so now things have completely changed, literally like drastic change. To now we're in facilities, or we're in establishments to where we have to work harder, more hours, and our checks still are nothing. I say this because I feel like if I had a choice, I would go back to picking cotton, because I knew then that day that I picked all that cotton, blisters on my fingers, toes tore up, sweat, heat strokes, all of that. I knew that I would get paid that day. Versus now, you go to work, you gotta work 14 days before you see that next check. You don't get paid every day that you go to work. You get paid bi-weekly or weekly. And to me, that's more work than it would be if I was out there in the field picking cotton. I know that everybody has their different opinion. I don't want to be the one that's trying to tear you down. I don't want to do that. I'm just strictly saying how I feel and why I don't want to work, and why I feel like we as a whole should come together and create jobs for ourselves. Because we are going to work for the next person, and we're building their pockets, we're building their brand, we're building their establishment. We're working all these hours and still won't retire until we're in our 90s, like I said yesterday on my live. We have to kind of start looking into how things are being and how things are changing and evolving around us. And if we don't open our eyes, you're going to continue to work and work and work and work and work and work, while what's going on is you're doing all this working, and oh boy is doing all this working to get out of the establishment, out of the facility. And you're still here in this factory pushing iron and weight, and you're putting in all this work, to me, for nothing, if you're not about to see nothing, no revenue out of it. You know, and I feel like We need to start reevaluating who we're working for and what are we working for and what are our goals. What are we trying to accomplish in this movement? You know, because I see a lot of black brothers go to work every single day and took $300 out of child support every other week. And then he's only playing with $200 and something or $300 and something to survive for the next 2 weeks. And then guess what? He still have to come up with some type of hustle because that's just not enough. You know, so I bring this to the male's attention. If you're on child support, it's enough of you guys out there to petition, to propose, and to prosper against and stand up for your rights. You have rights. And if it was enough of you fellas to get together, protest in a peaceful manner, you know how many people you can wake up? You know how many people you can have behind you? I almost want to start it for myself, but if I wouldn't have all the ladies down my throat on trying to help the brothers, it'd probably be a great movement. Nah, y'all know I ain't worried about nobody being down my throat. But what I'm saying is look how things are changing for our brothers. Like, they completely stripped the brothers from our homes and forced the mothers to go to work, take care of the kids, teach the kids, feed the kids, clean the kids, and still hold ourselves together. It's a lot of work. So now these fathers have it so easy to just go to work, go home, if they have one, and they're thinking that they're living. But in reality, you're suffering because your black queen is suffering with your children. You see what I'm saying? And see, the system, they don't care because the system's job is to destroy and to separate. And we're falling subject to what they're wanting in life. And we're doing exactly what they want. Fighting with each other, killing one another, doing things out here in the streets that we're not supposed to do. And here it is, our brothers is catching felony charges. They're not able to vote. They're not able to do the things that they would like to do. They're not living their dreams. They're not having any goals. You can tell now these brothers don't even have any ambition because they're like, what am I working for? What am I working towards? How can I get ahead? That's the question. How can we get ahead? How can we make something out of nothing? It's definitely not working and pushing 900 plus hours in this factory for Johnny, and Johnny's up the chain. He's sitting watching y'all on the camera talking about, yeah, Bert don't tell Johnny that he gotta push he can push 250 pallets in less than 2 hours. Nigga, I am not a robot. I am not a machine. I am human. So therefore, this 250, I only could do 50 because that's what I'm getting paid for. And so then here's the people that say, well, you only get what you work for. No, that's not true. It's not you only get what you work for. I need to be getting everything because I am working for you or for the next. Where's my profit? Where's my paid vacation? Where's my... Because after you get so high up the chains of commands, you become some type of boss, right? So therefore, if I'm down here and I'm pushing 900 plus hours and he's up here and he's only pushing 60 hours, how is he living a lavish life and I'm down here pushing 900 plus hours and I can't even pay my bills? That's what I'm saying. Wake up, people. Wake up. Where are we going with this? What are you really trying to work for? Are you trying to build an establishment so you can open up your own situation so that you can hire your own people and become self-sufficient? Because I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing where they got it to where they got it. I'm not seeing it. So a lot of us, we continue to push these hours and be like, oh, I'm working. I'm coming home with these nice shoes. But guess what? You putting the money into the next man's pocket and you taking away from yourself and your establishment. You being your own brand, building your own establishment and being a boss. I'm just saying, sometimes it takes for a person like me to bring it to your attention. Like, what can we do to get ahead but not get behind working for these people? Because like I said, we working 900 plus hours. They only working 60. They taking trips. They going to Dubai. They going to Africa. They going to see new things. And we're still here figuring out, like, how we going to pay our insurance, our lights, our heat, our water, and everything else. Because a lot of us kind of started off in trouble at a very young age. So that kind of threw us off from that opportunity to become up here when we started here and kind of got in trouble, because our lives wasn't perfect. But I feel like people like us that have dreams and ambition and goals, we should have a second chance at life. I mean, why shouldn't we? Because look at what we are trying to compensate and do. For example, my history won't allow me to work in the field that I would love to work in. So they overlook my application. They say I'm not qualified, or I don't have this, or I'm not good for this, or because this happened back then, this is why I can't be where I need to be. So that's what put me at a mind frame to where I am now, because I'm like, if I wouldn't have made the decisions that I made then, I could be somewhere where I want to be now. But I wasn't taught the proper way to become this way. So therefore, I had to grow and learn on my own to become up here. That's where I'm going. So I want to build my own brand. I want to start my own establishment. I want to start my own movement and build my own foundation to where I can bring people aboard. And then now you don't have to put these 900 plus hours in. Now you're only putting this 50 regular amount of hours, 40, 50, because you're putting it in an extra 10 just because. And so now I can give you the trips that you want to take with your family and give you this paid time off because you have put in your sweat and hard work into this establishment to build us and our brand. Don't be like Johnny over here and he's only taking him and his family and his colleagues that made it up there, because sometimes people don't make it up there. They just don't have it to make it up there. And then they look at you like you're less than them. And in reality, no, I'm damn near just the same as you, but my movement a little bit different. I probably have a little more on my plate than you, or you probably did something different than I did within that time frame. But the point is we're supposed to be helping each other. So how do we get in these establishments and then we don't get the help that we need? For example, my son Billy, he gets sick. What are we going to do? Are we going to help Billy? Or am I still going to have to put in 900 plus hours and let Billy suffer for himself at home? Because guess what? I'm still going to receive a 1.5, especially if I don't show no type of proof that I had to be with my son. They not looking at that, but come over here to my brand or to the next person's establishments that's trying to build a foundation. They care. Hey, you go ahead and take all the time you need for Billy. Now, please, I do need you to bring in information stating what all was going on with Billy to see if our insurance to cover the cost for your pain and suffering. That should be taken care of, especially if you working 900 plus hours in somebody else's establishment, and then when Billy gets sick, you don't get not even a day off. And then if you do take a day off, that's the whole point. Lord forbids that you get in a car accident, you got to take more time off. They not looking at that. They just like, oh, you get in a car accident, you get ran over by a car, you better come back to work. Or you better come up with a game plan on how you about to make stuff shake. I'm serious. And I mean, like, a lot of people, they choose to not wake up and they like, yeah, she's just rambling. No, I'm woke as hell. And I was asleep for a lot of years and I'm tired of being asleep. I'm woke. I can sleep when I'm dead. That's how I feel. That's my motto. So all I'm telling my people is maybe if we start looking deeper into who we're working for and why we are even working for them and how they're making profit to get to where they are, we probably would be woke too. Or matter of fact, the CEO of your company, research him and see where his funds is going to and see why you can't get paid time off when Billy's sick. Because I bet you his company is donating half of their proceedings to Trump and his administration. That's why Trump can do the things that he can do and leave us like, hey, that's, for example, he's mad now because he can't get over on us by not allowing us to vote through the mail system. So he's willing to ban and take money from the U.S. Postal Service because he don't want to lose this battle. But hey, what are we going to do? Are we all going to get up out here and vote? Because last time I checked, all the people that was like me or looked like me or wanted to be something like me ain't voting for Trump. So therefore, you got to get up and put your vote in there and vote for somebody who got our back. For example, these schooling systems. We are now teachers. We are now parents and teachers. So a lot of us can't go to work because now we have to be a parent and a teacher and a cook and a housekeeper and a wife, and the list goes on. So if they're saying they want us to stay at home, then compensate me for being at home, because these hands, they got to work. These hands have to be around people. These types of things have to be done, because if not, I lose my home, I lose my car, I lose my lights, my heat, my water, and everything that I work for in this thing. So therefore, what are we doing? Like, ask yourself, what are we really doing? That's something we need to really take heed in and ask ourselves, what am I really working towards? I mean, like, is my kids really going to profit off of what I worked for? Especially if you get killed or hurt in the time before your retirement, because see, you made a mapped out plan on how you want things to go. But things might not go the way you want them to go because God has a different plan for you. So therefore, will your kids be set? Who's going to have to fight that battle for you to get any type of insurance for your funeral? Like, think about it. Those are the things that we need to be thinking about while we out here pushing 900 plus hours in somebody else's establishment, somebody else's factory, somebody else's movement, somebody else's dream. Like, come on, let's be real. That's just like McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King, Hardee's, all them establishments. That was somebody else's dream. These kids now, they're just getting in there because they need that money. And hell, they mamas is pushing that issue like, nah, don't you see what Trump is doing? You got to get out here and work. Y'all better start lowering the time on these kids' ages, because 14 looks real good now, being that this pandemic is in the way. So therefore, my 14, matter of fact, my 13-year-old look real good working in an establishment. Come on. Let's make it make sense, because if not, for real, we flipping these burgers and doing all this for these establishments and their brand. But now you can kind of see why the food, the restaurants ain't being upheld like how they used to, because kids is running establishments. But they're pushing the adults out because, hell, we're not making enough money for that. I can't work in a fast food restaurant and live and take care of 5 kids. There's no way. There's no way. $10, $11 an hour is not going to do for me. It's not going to do for me. I can make it work, but I don't want to make it work. It's just not enough. I'm putting in 900 plus hours to only bring home $11 an hour, and still my check only $742, and the government and the ATM machine has taken from it. Plus, when you pay the bill, they're gonna take $1. Then you gotta do a money order, they're gonna take $1. Like, think about it. Look how the system is operating. By the time you get your check and cash it and take this percentage out of it and this percentage and pay all these bills, you're left with $2.95. What are you about to do with that? You damn sure can't put it in the bank, because here comes little Johnny, he need $1, and here comes Sammy, he want $1. And hell, the 95 cents look real good in your coin jar. So what have you really made to live? Like, really, what have you really made to survive and live and to get ahead? But look at dude, he up here watching us struggle, watching us make sacrifices, and what bill we gonna skip out this week, or how we gonna push our miles on our gas, or how we even gonna get the car fixed, for that matter. Better get insurance on the car. How? Let's make it make sense. See, we gotta wake up, and we have to start building our own brands. We have to start being unique in our own ways. We have to start putting our minds together, people. It's only a amount of time before we don't have shit. Before they be like, shit, like I said yesterday, $750,000 ain't shit compared to what these people up there are making. They're not even gonna look at us if we're not making over 750,000. We don't even stand a chance if we don't get it ahead right now while we can. So we have to get out here and we have to protest. The brothers have to get out here and stand up for their rights to take some of this child support down. Because like I said, when you go down there and pay child support, you have to pay child support. Then they're paying the baby mama, and then when the baby mama get it, she still get a percentage took out of her money. So a lot of baby daddies be japping on the baby mama for having this profit, but really we ain't making shit. Because by the time we get it, they ain't took their percentage out of it. And by the time we go to the store to take it off the ATM machine, they're taking their percentage out of it. And then by the time you go to the register, they're taking 50 cents just for you to take the money out. So think about it, people. What are we really doing here? What is the goal? What are we doing? Let's make it make sense, because I'm not understanding. I'm trying to see who woke. I'm trying to see who feeling this movement. Who gonna be the first one to stand with a motherfucker to make it make sense? We are very smart, intelligent people. We have the gift of gab. We have the movement in us. It's in us. We originated. It originated from us, within us, our ancestors, our people. We've been fighting for all these years for what? To still follow suit and follow and fall in formation of what they're telling us to do? When now is our time. You're afraid? What are you afraid of? Are you afraid of letting your voice be heard? Are you afraid of having your knee put in your throat and killed under 9 minutes? I mean, honestly, what are you afraid of? Are you afraid to be something? Are you afraid to be a part of something? I'm not. And I'm daring to be different. And I'm speaking up, and I'm going to let my voice be heard. And you should do the same, because you stand for something. Because if you don't, you're going to fall for anything. And I'm not going to be the one to catch you. Because you want to know why? Because I'm telling you now, you should have been woke. You shouldn't have fell asleep. Because how can I catch you when I'm making you aware now? You shouldn't have failed. You shouldn't have failed. It's time to listen. You know what I mean? A lot of people, they don't want to hear it because they like, well, I do have to work. I do. Yeah, I ain't saying go out there and quit your job right now. I'm just saying come up with a game plan. Figure out. Go to your people and ask like, hey, if my son gets sick, like, will y'all compensate this? Or will y'all pay a portion for his sickness? I mean, honestly, really think about it. Because y'all already know when dude's son gets sick, he good. He ain't got to pay for nothing. He ain't got to pay for a thing. So those are the things that we need to reevaluate and think about when we're working in these establishments. Like, will your family be okay if you pass on? Ask yourself that, you know? Ask yourself that. What are you working for? What is your bank accounts looking like? Because mine's talking gibberish. It ain't talking, it ain't adding up the way it should be. So therefore, I'm just trying to get me a team going. A team, people who vision the same vision as me, you know, or similar qualities as mine, so that we can come together and figure out a game plan on how we can make it happen. Holla at me though, you know. I got a lot of stuff written out. I got a lot of plans. I got a lot of things that I want to propose to my people. I got a lot of things that I've been thinking about, but I haven't been able to produce it because, you know, I just haven't had the right people in my corner or on my team, you know. So it's like I said the other day, I've gotten to where now I'm volunteering at other people's establishments to be heard, not only to be heard, not to be seen, you know, but to let them know that I am trying to be a part of my community, my movements out here, as well as their movements. I want to be a part of it, you know. So if you see me out here in the streets doing for my people, doing for these children, please just that's what's up. She said, and she said it. That's her word, and she's doing it. I don't want to be one of them ones that just talk and don't show actions. You know what I mean? But I'm not about to hold y'all here. I think I put the message out there. I think people kind of got a better understanding of what the movement is about. A lot of people, you know, are ashamed to support people because a lot of people don't like those certain people. But that's fine. I'm not here to have people like, oh, bravo, bravo. I want to be your best friend. I want to kiss your toes. I want to kiss the ground you walk. No, I'm not trying to do all that. I'm just simply just trying to wake my people up. That's all I'm trying to do. Get a better understanding of my people and what we really trying to do out here. But I'm Lady V. And thanks for taking the time to tune in. As you all know, I am Lady V. And it's 101, baby. Until, I can get my background going. I got somebody that's doing it. And I'm definitely gonna really, step up. Let me step up a little bit, because I've really been slacking too. But that's another topic for another day. But peace.